Well, dear friends, in this educational video, we intend to get acquainted with the second powerful technical analysis oscillator, namely the moving average, convergence divergence MACD. The moving average convergence divergence, or MACD, is another powerful technical analysis oscillator. To call up this oscillator, I just need to enter the report window, and from the Add Indicator section, select the term MACD to choose it. The MACD that we select, we do from the list of our 4 options, we choose the third one, which is MACD tester, moving average convergence divergence plus test. Once we have selected this option, you have your 3 default settings: fast EMA, slow EMA, and MACD SMA. We don't touch these defaults at all. However, here, as we mentioned in the tutorial videos, we have 2 lines alongside the MACD. We mentioned in the tutorial video that MACD is a histogram, a bar chart, and we deal with histograms. But there are 2 lines, the DF and DEA, which these 2 lines are the histograms that form for us. But for our analysis, we don't need these 2 lines. At the beginning, I remove these 2 lines so that we can see together that at the start, the MACD appears in what form, and then we will edit these 2 lines. By pressing the confirm button, you can see the MACD histograms. And those 2 lines, DF and DEA, here, I don't need these lines because for my analysis, I can do it myself more easily. In fact, compared to, the type of my MACD analysis, it's better for me to delete these lines. So for this, I just need to double click on these lines, and the MACD settings window will open again. In this section, the DIFF and DEA options, I just need to change their color to match the background color of my analysis so that those lines are not visible. Software intelligently, when you want to change their color, it asks you if you want to match it to the background color. So here, by just pressing the OK button, you change the respective color, and here I also press the OK button, and by pressing the confirm button, those 2 lines are removed from the chart. Well, now here we only have a series of histograms. We have a series of positive and negative histograms that give us buy and sell signals. And most importantly, like the RSI oscillator, we can observe the 2 powerful phenomena of positive and negative divergence using MACD on the stock's price chart. Please note, dear friends, I will zoom in a bit. Zoom. I'll let you see the histograms better. Oh, we have a 0 line here in the middle, and when the histograms are 0 line, these histograms are hollow histograms. And when the histograms are below the 0 line, these histograms become solid histograms. So you can distinguish these solid and hollow histograms based on whether they are above or below the 0 line. Now I want to get a signal. We said to get a signal from the MACD, when your histograms for the first time, move from below the 0 line to above the 0 line. Meaning this area, see? I am considering this area as a powerful signal from the MACD, and when your histograms move from above the 0 line to below the 0 line, as a sell signal in considering it. So I mark this as a buy signal in yellow. I increase its thickness and my sell signal in red. Well, I have a buy signal and a corresponding sell signal with this area exactly on your chart. You should take action to buy in these areas. That means your buy signal in these areas would be on this candle. I change its color to yellow, and corresponding to that on this signal exactly in this area. Here, you should have taken action to sell your shares. Consider this as well. Consider it as a sell signal. Well, look, dear friends, if you had made this purchase based on the MACD and received a signal from the MACD, you could have had a profit of approximately 30% from the share, and so on, again in the same way. When I can actually take positive and negative signals, I can do this with the MACD, based on the type of analysis we perform. And the signals we receive from the MACD, we can also observe the powerful phenomenon of positive and negative divergence here. For example, let's go and see together on the chart in which areas we could actually observe these divergences. Alright, let's come to this area. Let me just mention a point beforehand. When you see the phenomenon of positive and negative divergence, you can predict it. But if at any time you don't see the phenomenon of divergence, if you don't see anything on the stock price chart, there's no need to forcefully find that phenomenon. It means that there might not be a divergence phenomenon, fever infection, oscillator, or related indicator on a stock, and you don't necessarily have to see that phenomenon on the stock price chart. Now look here, everyone. I have a downward trend. I'll show this with a circle. I see two bottoms here. In this area and in this area, where a line with a negative slope is formed from the geometric location connecting these two bottoms. But on the MACD, I see exactly two valleys. One corresponding exactly to the upper part, one in this area and one in this area. A line with a positive slope is formed from the geometric location connecting these two valleys. Therefore, the phenomenon of positive divergence is exactly observable here, where from the second valley we should witness the growth of the stock's price chart. We are also seeing this growth with strength. Well, this is an example of a positive divergence phenomenon that we are seeing on the stock's price chart. Or look at this area. I see two peaks in this area. One peak here and one peak here. A line with a positive slope is drawn from the geometric location connecting these two points or peaks. But on the MACD, we need to find peaks corresponding to what we have. Here we see exactly these peaks. A line with a negative slope is formed from the geometric location connecting the corresponding MACD peaks. And from here on, we witness the powerful phenomenon of negative divergence, which is exactly showing us the decline of the chart from the second peak. Well, these are the phenomena of positive and negative divergence in MACD, and in the next video, we want to examine the money flow index, or MFI, as another powerful technical analysis oscillator. Stay tuned for the next video.